At the sound of the gun, the world doesn't just watch a race, it watches her. Sha'Carri Richardson. The hair, the nails, the confidence, and then the speed. Speed is measured in seconds. 10.65, 10.72, 10.75. But greatness is not measured by a stopwatch, because if it was, this conversation would already be over. Florence Griffith Joyner has the world record. Elaine Thompson-Herah has Olympic dominance. Shelly Ann Fraser-Pryce has built a legacy across generations. And yet there is one name that stops everything. One name that makes even casual fans stop scrolling. Sha'Carri Richardson. This isn't just about times or medals. This is about impact, presence, energy. Because when Sha'Carri steps onto the track, it doesn't feel like just another race. It feels like an event. She doesn't just run, she commands attention. From the moment she walks out, the cameras lock onto her. Every step is intentional. Every glance sends a message. Before the race even begins, she already owns the moment. And then there's her look. Bright orange hair, neon colors, long detailed nails, designer sunglasses right there on the track. Not for function, but for identity, for presence, for power. For Sha'Carri, sprinting had an unspoken rule. Be fast, be disciplined, but don't stand out too much. She broke that rule completely. She turned the track into a stage, and suddenly being fast wasn't enough anymore. Now you had to be unforgettable, and none of it is accidental. She understands something most athletes don't. You only have 10 seconds, so every second has to matter. But her impact goes beyond visuals. It's in how she speaks. Her interviews feel real, unfiltered, emotional. I'm not back, I'm better. 6 words that became a statement. Some called it arrogance, but there's a difference between arrogance and confidence. Confidence speaks because of proof, and Sha'Carri had the proof. Her story isn't perfect, and that's why it connects. At her lowest moment, she didn't hide. She faced the world and said, "I'm human." She spoke about loss and pain with honesty, and millions related to that, because life doesn't pause for dreams, and pain doesn't wait for the Olympics. Then came the fall. Suspension, criticism, doubt. The same world that once celebrated her turned against her. Most athletes don't recover from that. But Sha'Carri didn't disappear, she rebuilt. And when she returned, it wasn't easy. Losses, criticism, more doubt. People said she was finished, but she was still growing. And then came the comeback. World Championship gold. Fastest woman in the world. Not just a win, but a statement. When she crossed the line, that scream wasn't just celebration, it was release. Years of pressure and doubt gone in one moment. And people felt it because this wasn't just her victory, it felt like everyone's. It's the difference between a champion and an icon. Even on paper, she belongs among the elite. One of the fastest women in history. Olympic medals, world titles, and still in her 20s. She hasn't reached her peak yet, but numbers alone don't explain her. Because greatness is not just about stats, it's about emotion, story, and impact. And Sha'Carri has all of it. She has crossed beyond track into culture. Fashion, media, millions of followers. People who never cared about sprinting now watch it because of her. That's not just influence, that's impact. Young athletes see her and feel permission to be themselves, to stand out, to be bold. So no, she doesn't hold the world record and she doesn't have the most gold medals. But greatness is not a spreadsheet. It's what you change, what you inspire, what you leave behind. And Sha'Carri Richardson has already changed the sport. She changed the image, the energy, the way people see track and field. Call her what you want. The most entertaining, the most charismatic, the most impactful. But one thing you cannot call her is forgettable. Because years from now, people won't just remember the times, they'll remember her. This is her story, this is her impact. This is Sha'Carri Richardson.